Okay, clicked start recording. That's good. We should be recording T minus 22 seconds. Rick Ross, favorite number there. He's hustling. He's hustling. I'm gonna do some of the cards. We did something with the setup. I'm gonna click start streaming 10 seconds early and click go live when it lets me. The beginning of the stream is always bad. It's gonna do something. Once again, you could probably hear me before I know you can hear me. It says past schedule. I'm clicking go live. There's always trouble in the beginning. The interface is very interfacey. I almost want to click end preview, and then that's when it starts working on me. Or, yeah, yep, once again, it says we're live. We've been live, but it never says we're live. So make the screen bigger. Love it. Once again, as a misalignment specialist, we can start with technical difficulties every time. I have positioned myself so it's very hard to see myself. That might be a bonus feature. That might be something. That might be something. So the text box is over here. If I want to text, I probably don't. Probably over here. And I'm going to go over here. Ah, it doesn't think I am live. I'm past the doing minute. I'm going to try to click again. 3, 2, 1, again. All right, now we're connecting. It says we're going live. It says we're going live. Ah, that looks more live than before. No clue how far in the past we were. I thought we were live when we weren't live, and thought we were, yeah, thought we were live when we weren't live. I was gonna say the opposite of that. Thought we weren't alive. We're not alive. It's an illusion. I'm gonna have to awkwardly run away from stream because my laundry basket is taking up an integral part of the monitor slash TV thing where there's a comment box. So in case anybody wants to talk to me, which is they shouldn't, but in case anybody does, I should be able to see what I'm saying. Once again, it'll be distracting. It's distracting me already. It is already distracting. All right. Let the record reflect. Bradley, once again, I'm shouting you out early this stream. My producer, Bradley Bates, everybody. Once again, big shout out to Bradley. Clap, 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 clap. He does things. And takes the words. There's somebody in the chat. Hey, Pooja, right? Was it pronounced with the H or the J? Pooja or Pooja? Pooja. I can't pronounce. That's going to be a question for next week, apparently. Once again, Bradley's going to get all my questions for next week. If you don't know the format, I'm not going to try to walk away a lot. I got the microphone nice and close today. We redid things. I made it so I can't see myself very well, but we got a whole lot of cards to get through. Once again, introductions where we say once again a lot. That should be a fun game. I don't drink, but that would be a drinking game to see how many times during the intro Jay Bossert, misalignment specialist, says once again, probably a lot of times. Um, so we're gonna start with the chat. All questions must be answered to the misalignment specialist before the episode. So a lot of questions going on here before the episode. So that's good. Unfortunately, half of them were me just asking things during the chat last episode, which does happen a lot, and we'll give it a fresh shuffle. I don't know if we can hear that well over there, but we're going to shuffle it. Once again, the randomness of probability really helps everything. And I'm going to assume that the video itself is working fine. And the fact that I'm still frozen, I shouldn't dial out. I've seen other people's live streams where they didn't know it was working, but I could watch fine from home. So once again, the fact that it thinks it's doing something, it might have been stuck. Might have been stuck. Everything might be ruined. I am very distracted. I want to start the questions. I want to make sure we're not stuck. Would it tell me? Would it be saying that we're stuck? Is clicking away make everything ruined? Are we having technical difficulties? Is everything ruined? Now I'm on the other side? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, it's working now. It's working, but now I'm on the other side. Okay, good. I fixed the internet. Hey, everybody that probably knows how to work the internet better. Only have a few minutes. Oh no. And I'm it is with a J, but there's two different ways to say J. There's J and there's I'm gonna say Puja with a J, because that makes more sense. Seems like it's Indian descent. Right. Okay. Not Hispanic. I didn't think so. Once again, I don't know how to pronounce things. I do know how to play with cards. The probability has very confused me. This is a much clearer image now. Is that what I look like? Great. Great question. Now to the questions. Not stuck at all. I knew it. It was just me the whole time. Uh, can I read half of these words? This should be a question. What's going on back there? Okay. Question one. Um, from the spades, the deuce of spades there. What's going on back there? Apparently in the chat, I thought I was lagged and stuck, and it would just the video was on the wrong side. Everything was weird. That was going on. I didn't like it. It was giving me anxiety. What's going on back here? I don't know. The deuce is gonna find out. I think Earth just got discovered, or America. You exploring? I hope the dust bunnies are okay. Once again, explorers, please be nicer to the indigenous peoples of the area. I hope the playing card treats the dust bunnies well, and that's what's going on back there. Is nothing but just exploring, but with love in the heart and not hate. So we shouldn't shuffle every time. We're dreadfully behind schedule, which is great. I was an hour away like a couple hours ago and wrote the cards very last minute. So hopefully I can read them. Is that how it works? The seven of clubs wants to know. Is that how it works? Yes. We'll throw that one over there. That's how it works. Once again, I give myself ample time to prepare and still be last minute. It's my own live stream. Thought about canceling it. I didn't want to do it because I told people I would do it. I had one that I maybe planned midweek. Didn't do that one. Nope. Ever since it's a responsibility, I don't want to do it. Veruca Assault. Bradley spelt wrong, by the way, when the message he transcribed. He did not spell that band's name correctly. Um, are you guys going on a reunion tour soon? Hopefully so. Hopefully they are, and hopefully the name will be right on the marquee. Because if it was spelled wrong there, that would be bad. All right, good. Ooh, Ace of Spades. Why aren't you answering my important questions? That was from Chris C, by the way. I have a real life best friend that I hang out with sometimes in real life. And I remind him to get on LinkedIn. Once again, I try to promote this platform and said, like, this is where all the fun is. The LinkedIn Lives, you guys in the chat, I'm going to respond to every single one of you. Hey, 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 at some point. Once again, you're my peeps. I want him to have joy in his life. He gets a little angry, so do I. I'm a very angry man sometimes. But to have joy and to spread it and have connections, that's the LinkedIn way. And I want him to join us. And I said, come on, let's play questions. And he asked me some questions that sometimes bring me the trauma, the anxiety, the panic on the chat. It's questions I don't want to answer on a public job networking platform. So I try to maybe censor him in particular. I think I rewrote the question. I told him I wasn't going to say something, and by the laws of probability, if we get to it, we probably will. We'll get to his question. So we won't send. We'll make a big hoo-ha. I like to puff up my chest and like act like I'm gonna fight. I'm not gonna say your questions, sir. Those are bad questions because they make me feel bad. Well, that's on me then, right? My emotions, my feelings are on me, and not him. I have a lot of background. Definitely can make the camera a little bit more down. We have a lot of fan and not enough this guy over here. So we should definitely adjust slightly. Yeah, changing the setup always. Okay, so by the time that adjusts on the screen, will be a couple questions in. I love the delay, by the way. It's not really live stream, it's live to tape. All right, different question. Uh, direct question. Ah, I asked my producer, Bradley Bates, once again, shout out to Bradley, who's going to watch this later when hopefully I'll be driving back to a karaoke event. We'll rant about that in a little bit. But I asked him if maybe, a haberdashery, which we were talked about last live stream, we all talked about that. Would a dispensary qualify as a haberdashery? And Bradley said, no, no, bro. No. I assume that's how he gestured when he said it. Oh yeah, moving the camera angle down actually worked a little bit, more centered in life. Great. So now that I'm more centered, one episode in, I can say, yeah, a haberdashery and a dispensary are not the same thing. It- But in England, a haberdashery is, I think, is a little bit more of a wider, nuanced thing. And I think if we just maybe hemp based and like once again a bigger part of it, we should have a place that maybe sells clothes and weed and music. Maybe has some live events. I don't know. It's whatever. Really glad I moved the microphone. Not as glad about the couches trying to eat me. So I don't like that for the record. Well, were these the noodles from last week? Well, the 10 of clubs wanted to know, were these the noodles from last week? No, I almost wanted to save some noodles from last week just for that question to put in the fridge for a little bit to have last week's noodles for this week's chat. And I decided against it. I said, you know what? Some props are funny, and sometimes things are for the walls, and it's good. I drank some pickle juice technically and gargled it on last. You should really watch episode 3. It sounds like it's a better episode than this one. But yeah, no, I said like, leftover noodles, nay, nay on the noodles, nay noodles now. Nay noodles now is the alliteration of ends. You know it. No, it starts with a K. I know. I know. All right. Art the Clown. Who are you? That's what the 9 of hearts wants to know. Art the Clown. Where are you? In Terrifier 3, I would imagine. Hopefully, there's a Terrifier 4. I want to see my man Chris Jericho on there. I sometimes message Fozzy, shout out to Fozzy, and tell them suggestions for musical things. And once in a while, they probably listen to me. Like they're going to do some things with Fozzy. And Chris Jericho is one of the best professional wrestlers of all time, master of reinvention. He probably doesn't even need cards and probability to do it. Probably just listens to the people organically in the chat and doesn't ignore them. The last thing that I've seen is quite a long time ago. So I got my video videoing. I think my chat might be locked up, which is great. Either everyone's finding me quite boring and not talking amongst themselves. Once again, everyone in the chat, talk amongst yourselves. I'm not going to unfortunately talk to you as much. I do have a keyboard. If something's really prevalent and we're like, oh, MG, Jay has to respond, don't phrase it as a question. Try to trick me. Make it a really caps lock statement and we'll get to it, maybe. In the meantime, we got Joe M. John. That's a John. I can read my own handwriting. John Jon. That's what tricked me. There was not the H in there. There should not be. That's not how you spell that man's name. John M. wants to know farmersonly.com. Yeah, last episode got a little tricky with the farms. There was some talk of farmers' daughters for whatever reasons. The probability cards wanted us to talk about that. I understand. I'm in the now too. I understand. We shouldn't really go there too much. Once again, I felt that might be delectable for me to just experience that kind of farm. With old McDonald's there, and for Sinatra loved it. If it's good enough for Frank, old Blue Eyes, it's good enough for me. Is what I was saying. So, but like only makes me feel like I should be excluded because like I'm not I don't even have a farmer's tan. I'm working on it. A little awkward of the tan. Might have a slight farmer's tan. There might be a box to check. Bradley, once again, we're roughly 13 minutes in. If is that a better time? That's not my question. That's not redact that question. We could do that maybe. Is that a better time? Stricken from the record. Um, my question was, is there a box on farmersonly.com to tick for farmers tan slightly or semi tan or just, is there like I'm not a farmer, but I'm interested in farm stuff. Oh, thanks, John. Once again, that was John, not Joe, with a very important question about farms. Uh, why? Oh, this was Chris's question. I didn't want to ask. What the? Why? We're getting right into it. Great. Why did feminism kill Gabby P? I think I redacted most of the last name. I refused to write it. That's a human being that I don't know. Apparently, some part of New York too. The point that this gentleman was making is there was an altercation. This woman and the fiance, police were involved. let the guy go, and then he killed the lady. So I would think feminism didn't kill this woman. That guy killed the woman. First of all, there is an angle of, I guess it's right. I once again, I think as an adult, you can say you're not under distress, and I don't want to press charges, officer. I don't know enough about this case. I don't want to know about this case. I got a lot of things going on, a lot of stresses, a lot of worries without worrying about that. I'm gonna look into it. I'll look into it now. Apparently, it's a very valid question. I do take questions in person to bring to the chat as well. And yeah, it's valid. Once again, someone passed away and to talk about that card, and that's somebody I don't know. There's friends, family, loved ones of the person that allegedly did do the crime, did the crime. I don't know if they got acquitted or they were charged. Once again, I don't know. And then there was someone who passed away that we're going to talk about who we don't clearly know either, and it's a celebrity-ish, someone that has fame because they passed away. Only that someone on the radar. I guess maybe a YouTube a little bit. I didn't watch the channel. Somebody I only know on my radar because of the way they passed, which is horrible. Can we just say that? Yeah. Okay. Once again, unless that gentleman's last name was Feminism, I don't think feminism did it. Um, I don't know. I'm not the people though. I'm not the people versus Johnny Feminism. That's not his name. Horrible card. Okay, good. Back to our scheduled program of not my friend's Chris's cards that bother me. Shelly L. Thank you, Shelly. Once again, did it the right way. Asked questions beforehand. Asked a couple questions. Wanted to know about the stream. I should really try to invite people, tag them live, but that's okay. That's fine. We'll get to it. Shelly, what was your favorite book in middle school and why? Shelly L. That's a very solid question. What was my favorite middle school book? I think I might have to go back. It might have happened in elementary school, by the way. This is late elementary school, Jay, to have to explain why. Maniac McGee. I might have it here somewhere. I might have a copy still of Maniac McGee. Lost the original, got it from like a library somewhere or like an event, or I think it might have been the social services somewhere. They were giving away free books, and they had a copy of Maniac McGee from a library that they were donating. And once again, best book ever. I did it for a book report in elementary school, Maniac McGee. I did it the book report twice, technically, on a book that I read some of. I even back then, I might have had a little bit of the ADHD undiagnosed. So I got like 30 pages in, 50 pages into this book, Maniac McGee. There, Shelley, in case you didn't know, it's a great book. It's about this kid, who runs away. It gets like a street kid or a city kid, and he's running away from his problems, runs away from the city, he just keeps running, his shoes fall apart. I think I might have read something on the internet to finish, or the back cover. Like I read something to finish the story together, and eventually like, he gets known for running, and people are like, "He runs well." Yeah, I didn't finish. Okay, so yeah, clearly I didn't finish the book. Never did. Did a book report on it though, and just typed it up and got it. I got an A. It wasn't an A plus, but I got like an A or maybe a B plus. It was somewhere up there. It was just like a book I never read. Good job, man. You did a good job on your book report. Here's the work back. Huh. All right. Oh, they said you can read any book within it was actually a couple grade levels above my reading level. So it might have been a middle school book to tie it back. So Maniac McGee did it might have been in fourth grade or fifth grade. Third grade? Third grade and fourth grade. So it might have been a third grade thing. So I did the book report on it. And then fourth grade came around. So like, all right, kids, you can read any book you want, do a book report. Well, I don't want to read. I get distracted. I don't want to finish reading. Whatever can I do? Yes, I have a computer. I will just copy over last year's book report, but change the date and the teacher's name and for what class it's for and resubmit it. Yep, I got a better grade on the next year for the same book report. Didn't change the words. So the third grade teacher, I believe, thought, okay, it's pretty good. Fourth grade teacher was like, all right, yay. Or it might have been fourth and I don't remember the actual grades anymore. I don't remember the grades of what I got on the exam, the grades, and what grades I did that thing with. But technically speaking, for a book I never finished reading, I got 2 grades on the same book report. It ages better. Book reports do better in time if you just leave them sit. The book reports will grade better. That's why people say don't wait till the last minute. I waited the last minute for this chat thing, writing on cards at the last minute. I can't read half of them. It's like illegible. It's not words. Not words at all. Um, so yeah, I would say do your book reports ahead of time by a couple of years and let them sit. Just guess what books they're gonna want it on. Pick a different subject or two. Actually read a couple books. I do want to read a couple books that this year. It's not like it's a New Year's thingamajiggy. It's just like an actual thing that I'm gonna do. I have some free time. I'm trying to like de-stress a little bit. Like just let the mind quiet, right? Right. Okay. Um. Uh-huh. This one around. Wow. Okay. So this is a new one. It's 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the June 20th, and I can't read my own handwriting on a card. I'm gonna shine a light on it. Okay. Shine a light on this situation, guys and gals. Bradley, how come we aren't scheduling at least one live around Kelly B's schedule? Very important question. Once again, Kelly B, fan of the chat, great fan of her work. I want to see the post that Kelly's posting right now on LinkedIn. I want to click and engage and say snarky comments that will get loved and clapped and celebrated. I do think the format, once again, people, if we want to interact with this guy over here and do a different kind of format interview, we'd be open to it during the week at some time. We'll have to schedule our real life responsibilities around that. That's a good random, like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday. Once again, days of the week as they are. Um, even the week, like in the middle, is like WTF, right? That joke, very fun. Um, and then Saturdays should be reserved for whatever got going on up in here. When I'm very sleep deprived, have a karaoke function very late on Friday. Don't sleep well Saturday morning. Drive all the way back to here. Last minute, write the cards for you guys, and then that's that format. So once again, I would like maybe Kelly should be on the stream, or like schedule it around so she could type and psh, psh, on stream. Once again, most of you that though I'm pretty sure my thing lagged or got caught. Want to hit refresh, but it might lock up until I hit stop streaming. I don't know. I don't know how the internet's. I'm gonna throw that card. I'm gonna. Oh, I broke a card. Broke a card. I don't know what card I broke, but it's gonna shuffle bad now. Okay, got roughly 40 minutes left and a bajillion cards. What else? Red Rooster? What else? Red Rooster. That's what the Nine of Diamond wants to know. I think that was a cannabis strain we're talking about on episode 3. Once again, I did spend some time in the cannabis industry. I'm a cannabis patient. There's still some cannabis in my system. I'm not partaking during the stream. We're not about that. I think that's not what we should do on LinkedIn. We can mention things for just reference point of, what's going on in life, but we shouldn't be, glorifying certain actions. It's not the right light. So once again, we could name a lot of strains. We'll just name Red Rooster again and throw the card. I threw that card, right? Yeah, that's a question. All right. Pooja P? Pooja. Any new monster flavors, Vince? Well, Vince, I think Vince was getting back about the monster flavors in the chat. Episode 3. That was probably solved already. But I tried the most delicious cotton candy flavored energy drink last night. Around 10, 11 p.m. Once again, I was at a karaoke function until like 4 or 5 in the morning. So it was like, yes, it's a weird time to caffeinate, but also it's a weird time to have to be up all night. Delicious. I forgot the name of it. I posted it already on LinkedIn. Cotton candy flavored energy drink, delicious. Let's have a sip of coffee. Yep, almost choked on it. That would, if I would have died on LinkedIn, that would be sad and talked about. So once again, not all the clicks and engagements are the best ones. We don't have to die for our engagements. That's a life lesson. You know, I was very frustrated about having to come here to this responsibility. They want us back at karaoke tonight. They want, like, you guys are doing so great. How about we'll give you more money to come back to back nights? Lovely. Once again, don't kill yourself doing it, people. You know, if it was gonna harm me, I'm gonna say no. It just frustrates me. It stresses me out. Like, I would just wish I would have known earlier this week. Um. Oh, this question is something sexy into the microphone. Once again, something sexy in the microphone when doing the thing with the cards, talking this way. Oh yes, ladies, all your bad decisions can be Jay. Is that sexy? That's a question for next week's chat. Is that sexy? I don't know how to flirt. I'm on the autistic spectrum. I think I accidentally flirt by not flirting. And when I try to flirt, I fall down the stairs and there's no stairs. It is like the equivalent of watching someone like, "Hey, look at how can I get your attention?" And like before they say the sentence, they fall down the stairs. And then like the other person's like, "I think you dropped your pencil." That's me flirting. Was that hot? Was me dropping my pencil in that scenario when I fell down the stairs? It's pretty cool, right? I bet. Solid number two. Pencil. And joke. And poop joke. Okay. Is Langley a CIA reference? That's what the king wanted to know. Not Elvis, but King of Spades there wanted to know. Is Langley a CIA reference? That was in reference to a gentleman that we shall not be named because he's Voldemort. Voldemort, by the way, it's French, right? For French? Death? Voldemort? Like, Rolling? You know, you're really doing the thing here with your literary references, your puns. Oh, my posture is horrible. This couch is trying to eat me to death. Not be named. Langley, CIA reference. I actually parked my car pretty close to the CIA in Hyde Park at the Culinary Institute of America. That CIA might be different than the one on the card, but once again, we're riffing here. It's still the same card, still the same reference, and we got 30 minutes left. I'm gonna really want to watch this one later. Can I listen to me while driving? Oh, I just lost the card. Ooh, this one tried to run away. Okay, okay. Some of these cards very hard to read. By the way, it's very hard. Guess what he's singing about. The card, guess what he's singing about. Once again, shout out to Mr. Rivers and his lovely neighborhood. For those you know, you know. I tried to sing a song to Mr. Rivers last night at karaoke, and my voice was already dying. That song should remain in the garage. If you can guess what I'm singing about, if any of those references make sense to you, you might be dorky, yeah. What other reference did I sing? I sang some Britney Spears last night by demands of the people in the room and the internet, and my friend screamed over me. So if you want to watch me on the camera trying my best to sing Britney and people to scream over me, I feel like I can't post that on LinkedIn. It's copywritten material. I could message you a link. The video is gonna be long. Like YouTube until they shut me down. I gotta make like another YouTube account for copyright material because if I put my other stuff on it, I'm afraid the man will shut me down. That's very important. We should talk about that in a future episode. Will the man shut me down if I try to put copyrighted material? Once again, I like to sing, I like to dance, I like to reference, I like to read everything. I want to show pictures. I want to read books. I want to do scenes from the movie, scenes from a hat, all that stuff. I think the man would shut me down. Just like this couch is shutting me down. His posture is not good. Not good at all. Lean into it. I'm gonna have to turn my light on for most of these, aren't I? It's not even the question. Just can't see. That's a very important. I don't mean to shine the light in anyone's eyes, and I apologize if it gets. This can actually be a light guard as well as a sound guard. It can be a light guard. Right now, the card is not getting illuminated through the light, and over here it is, and it's not. And it is. It's not. All right, yeah, enough of that. Why draw slash right on the backs? Clubs King wants to know why draw not right on the backs. I accepted a new retail offer to go work some retail a little bit. Bought these brand new cards, a brand new deck of cards. Um, During the interview process, I was walking around. I saw these. I'm like, this is great. Best $1.50-ish I've spent ever to write my cards. And I thought, wow, like these cards are large enough. There's big blank spaces. A lot of the lower numbered cards, like the twos, the threes, the fours, so much blank space. I'd be able to legibly read my own handwriting and have a solid chat for you guys. And that was my plan. And I was all about it. And then I drove, an hour away to drive 30 minutes away to do the karaoke, to drive back 30 minutes to sleep, and then drive back the hour, and then to write the cards last minute. It was all this plans. And I got flustered and started writing on the backs of them, is why. I got very flustered. And in the panicked moment, I was very panicked, didn't like it. And I wrote on the backs of the cards because I had a habit. I did that for another episode. When I didn't have large cards, I'm like, oh no, I ran out of the large cards. I need to draw blue on top of red that might stick out. Um, so yeah, when I finally had my big Sharpie, I had my big moment. I said I'm gonna fill in all this white stuff over here with all this black stuff over here. It's gonna be great. And I forgot. I forgot. So why draw slash write on the backs like this? Here, can you see that? Anybody? No, you can't. I can't. I forgot. That's why. All right. If you want to be all in my face about it, it's rude. Can't believe you. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle this way now to shuffle the other way. I really hope there's more than like 17 comments. I'm guesstimating where my comments locked up. Um, yeah, it's not the format. I'm still moving though. That's very good. The giant fan that I taped the camera to is blocking my view of me. It's making me want to hunch over like a slippery snake man with my scoliosis spine. I don't think I have scoliosis. Apologies to anyone who actually has an actual medical condition. Not trying to make light of anyone's situation here. Just saying that my posture with this couch is not good. You know what is good? These cards. So I leave my light on, just drain my battery. What kind of phrase is jumping the gun? Very good statement from episode 3. Once again, episode 0003. I put that one on YouTube somewhere, or Jennifer Durden did. That's another statement for another time. Who is Jen Durden? We don't know her. But what kind of phrase is jumping the gun? I think that comes from like a marathon running or like the Olympus times, the gods, where they would run, race man against man, and jumping the gun. The starter pistols. No, well, how long ago was starter pistols a thing? The guns have been around for a long time. Jumping it, bad. That's not nice. That's disrespectful. Bad morals. You never want to jump the gun in any situation. Once again, I can move my hand closer to you guys. It feels like engagement. If I can make eye contact with the blinking lights, like yeah, that light here. It's that they're not blinking. Well, all lights are blinking, waves and particles. Even though they look solid, it's technically right. We are 99.9% like empty space, and we're all just resonating and being a scientific equation, right? Yeah, sure. So once again, those lights are technically blinking. I wasn't just saying blinking lights out of habit, thinking blinking lights are a thing of the cameras of Hollywood, but they're all lights are blinking, technically right. Yeah, technically it's the best kind of right. Jump in the gun, coming out before that, and trying to get a misappropriate head start on the rest of the crowd, and then not getting like a false start flag on the play here, like in football, but getting the real deal. Trying to get over on your fellow mankind by jumping the gun. Not cool, man. Not cool. What card is this? Six of Hearts. Not cool. Not cool. I'll answer all the questions apparently, but I'm not happy about that one. Jumping the gun, not happy. Always start on time. Don't be early. Don't be late. Just be on time. Just be on time for things. Okay. Oh, this is an actual real question from a real human being, so I should be able to should read it. It's not nonsense that I've written. Jordan D. Yes. Do you have pets? This might have got addressed before, but we'll say it again because once again, if the two of clubs, Jordan D wants to know, I want to know too. Do I have pets? I think technically we said it on the Facebook that my first baby's mama is still quantified as a pet. It's a haha joke. Jeanette, friend of the chat. Sorry. We should talk about maybe removing that joke. It's been like 10, 15 years. That's been a long time. You know, it's been a long time to be anyone's pet, especially humans should not have pet humans. And it's yeah, it's right. Sure. So do I have pet? I'm not a pet person. I'm not a people person. Maybe like an AI person. I'm not a things frustrate me. I don't know if I'm responsible enough for my own self. It's hard enough to have like my own self-care and hygiene and like bathing up, brushing teeth, putting pants legs on. Like the same way that you do, you throw them in the air and do like a handstand and they fall down your legs simultaneously. Same as you. I do that. Um yeah, but like having pets, it's just like, another creature that needs my help and care at all times and then can't appropriately communicate is tough. The tough communication. If I was Doctor Doolittle, I'd be all about it. But then we'd be equals, right? Can't have pets. Pets just seems weird. Equals, like I guess people do treat their pets like equals. Think I'm just not a good person with my values. Probs. Snapchat's suggesting me to do things. I think I talked to someone on that platform from England that said they were done with the LinkedIn. I'm like, oh no, my one friend from England that we're not even great friends with. I need to get the chat to see what they're saying because they give me guidance from across the pond. And yeah, I guess they're back on LinkedIn a little bit, and I'm on Snapchat sometimes. My other friend, we chat in the snap of the chat. Was I going to say fetish? Was the question. Jack of spades, of course, of course. Jack of all spades, master of none, Jack of spades. That's a great question. I didn't think this episode I was. That's not a word that I think we should say on LinkedIn. That's one of those taboo things that I guess people do stuff like that for a living. It's a job networking site. There's things like, can we say OnlyFans? Oh, people say OnlyFans all the time. We said, oh, what, only farmers earlier, or farmers only. There's definitely niche groups of people that like other niche groups of people. And that should be encouraged as long as everybody's of consensual adult age and everything's legal and on the up and up. And, no one's getting hurt, or, I mean, unless they want to get hurt, consensual. Once again, I'm not, I can't. It's a different platform. I could rant about that on another platform, probably not on this platform at all. So, once again, we got roughly 20 minutes left. The notifications are going up slowly. So, I'm assuming more people are talking amongst themselves. If anybody is trying to talk to me, I know I said the rule about questions should be answered during chat for the next episode. Still do that. Still tell me when episode 5 should happen and who wants to be on it too would be great. My chat froze. My chat froze and I can't see most of the monitor because there's a giant fan next to the monitor. Once again, is that a sexy statement? Me saying there's a giant fan right next to the monitor. All right, don't do that ever again. That's don't have props, so we whispered. So that was something. Can I show that? Can I show that? I could show the 5 of diamonds. I could show that. I could show a lighter. You could show that probably. This is unplugged. I could show a battery for a vape pen. This I could probably show. Oh, it's a Sharpie. You can show a Sharpie. I had a post a couple months ago that kind of looked like a vape pen, but it was also a Sharpie. Once again, you could drink coffee, I'm pretty sure, on live stream. I could show that. goes back to what we're saying earlier. There's a certain hypocrisy to certain data or whatever. We don't want to glorify or celebrate anybody's medication. But if I was reading maybe a question from my friend Chris C there and was having a panic and was saying, hey, I have a medical reason to maybe partake in like a CBD or something that science says would help, that maybe we were like, whoa, he's doing that during live stream. Oh no. But I can have coffee that will make me more anxious, and that's socially acceptable and fine. Once again, I am not a doctor. I do not play one on TV. I'm on LinkedIn. Also, I'm a misalignment specialist. So I do say there's a misalignment where there's certain things that we're able to do in public or able to do, normally, and certain things we do not. There was a big discussion coming up last night. Designated drivers, such as myself, don't drink and drive. Make sure that everyone gets home safe, but I'd be able to do my cannabis every 30 minutes, hour, a little bit. I wouldn't go crazy with it, just, left to keep myself regulated. It's a very loud environment. Misophonia versus karaoke is a question for another time. Why is anyone that gets more on edge during certain sounds go to a place where there's more sounds and people? Fear immersion therapy. What was the question? Reginald Jeeves. Reginald Jeeves, number three. Wodehouse is in public domain. Once again, we as the people of the planet should incorporate more things in the public domain as an homage. I had a Betty Boop LinkedIn thing. That's fine. The chat can help me make a picture of that. That was a Jeeves or Reginald Jeeves, the guy that asked Jeeves. That was originally some comedy thing, like a book from like 100 something years ago, and but series, like a little comedy thing. Like, I don't think Alfred from Batman would have happened without Jeeves. I don't think some of like Monty Python. So a little bit of a lot of Monty Python would happen. No, John Cleese, Faulty Towers might not have been so great without Jeeves. There's a lot of things that we could owe to Jeeves and pay the man some respect. I should really have a cardboard cutout of Jeeves ready behind me to just pull out and have him give me dank memes. The chat's working again? Was just no one saying anything to me the whole time? Oh, the chat's working again, maybe or not. I'm so touched in places. The probability of the chat working again and the probability of me being touched in places reminds me, ow, that this Rubik's Cube was touching me in places. The probability of it feeling good was very slim the whole time. And no one's on here for real. There's nobody on here. By the time we answer that, I don't know how to I think the algorithm, it will actually tell you on this one maybe how to solve it if you follow the arrows, but this one says go this way, and this one says go that way. So that's kind of like my life. My life is just like this Rubik's Cube, big pain in the you know what, and telling me to go two different directions at the same time. So that was a great question. I don't promote things ahead of time, Vince. Vince C up in the chat trying to get the real questions and trying to figure out who is here, who didn't you parody that in just enough seconds where we don't get in trouble. Once again, I feel like the band members of the Who would be pretty chill. I don't know who owns their record stuff. I will acknowledge Vance with the all caps, not asking questions, but he'll get acknowledged. That's good. Statements get acknowledged sometimes, and I can read them. I think the chat just worked for the chat. Might have been locked up. You lock it up. Shelly L had a real question. Where's my light? That's not the question. So I could hopefully read her question that I definitely wrote in not a panic with ample amount of time to prepare for my own thing that I had a week to prepare for. Do you have a favorite collage from all the ones that you have made? I have. But I feel like those collages were not in the room. Once again, I do have collages over there. We showed some collages. It was episode 3. Great, great work that a teenage boy just took things from magazines that he liked and just put them on cardboard, basically. There was no rhyme or reason. There was no, like, oh, the colors would look nice. Or like, oh, let's keep the rule of thirds to keep the eye flowing. Or like, whatever was happening, I could see you guys over there just chilling, just some famous rock stars, maybe a couple pop culture celebrities thrown in there. Just people that were just like, yeah, man, I like your song. Cool. That's not a good collage. Once again, that's cool looking, but it's not a good collage. Good collage are funny to me. It might not even count as like an actual collage, but I feel like I've done some for art class where I was taking magazines out, and once again, I was more for the lulls. We had to my art teacher wasn't happy. Like, you can't just take two things. It's not a collage. But it was like National Geographic magazine took a picture of a horse, and I was like a 1970s like Pinto, I think was the vehicle. And I wanted the collage to be something about, you could fit a horse inside of a Pinto because they were slightly different sizes. And then I just had to put like mountains and clouds in the background because I just wanted the two things on my collage. I'm like, no, you need to collage as many things. It's like, oh man, I just want to put the horse in the Pinto. Put the horse in the Pinto. That's like lime in the coconut. Harry Nielsen. Someone might say he was the fifth Beatle. You killed John Lennon's voice. Once again, I have karaoke again tonight in a few hours. My voice is dying. I was screaming. I was singing like female songs for an assigned male at birth person is difficult, and I try to. I need to know as well. Um, okay. Would you rather give one tapeworm or double it or give it to the next person? I say Vance T. That's a very good question from Max's stream. Shout out to Max L over there once again, probably doing his streams every night. That's someone with the more diligence and time and all those things than me. I would take the tapeworm. My body dysmorphia would love that tapeworm. I had tapeworms as a kid. Yeah. Once again, one of the reasons I have body dysmorphia is I had tapeworms slightly as a kid, and I was ashamed to tell people. I got rid of them. Once again, I know how to get rid of tapeworms. That's awkward. You find the one person who had that experience. We talk about that. It makes it very weird for the chat because you didn't say it as a question. So I will take it. I have a couple extra pounds on the stomach. I'm working on the abs. I'm trying to get Tyler Dirt and Brad Club like jacked over here. And I was working on it as a joke at first, but then I realized I was doing so much work as my wholesale job in the past. Like, not, I haven't worked there in a year ish, but I was doing so much work, walking a half marathon or running a half marathon a day, lifting tons of water, and I was doing sit ups at home. I was getting like Fight Club fit. And then like I got let go. He said, she said situation we're not going to talk about today. And then I accidentally got food poisoning, which made me lose and bled a lot. So once again, I would be Fight Club fit right now, if I didn't get sick, from the glass. The glass poisoning is bad. Tapeworm poisoning is the best. I recommend to everyone to take the tapeworm and not double it and give it on to the next person. Always take the tapeworm. I'm going to take the time out of my busy schedule reading these cards to click like to that. We are running behind. Oh no. Tapeworm talk has distracted us. Cassie B. He's brain to your pinky. Once again, I do have a pinky tattoo. Can we shine some light upon that? It is a ribbon. There's a very nice lady whose birthday's tomorrow. Birthday. Tied together another ribbon. Might have to talk about that at some other point. She's the brains, definitely, and I'm just a pinky. That was not who we're talking about, but once again, we're running out of time. So let's throw the card. Cassie B's card. Do you want to flip this card? Okay. So this is a very important question. Sorry for the light, everyone. The Ace of Clubs wants to know, do you want to flip this card? Oh, well, it's a lucky card. Oh, the club has an extra +1. Now it's a lucky club. It has 4 clovers. Oh, if you rip a lucky clover card, good things happen and you finish all your questions in time and don't get stressed and panicked and don't shine the light in people's eyes so much and don't rant so much, maybe is what happens. Remember that? No, probably forgot. No, I'll remember it 12 years from now. My memory is like a little, I remember everything, but not when it's convenient. A capital A, lowercase u, capital D, H, D. I remember everything, superpower, but not when it's convenient. How many people in the Chizat 4 Club wants to know. Apparently 3. There was more people earlier. My thing is locked up. The notifications are down. The engagements are down. I'm stuck down on the couch. Everything's down. Um, you know why? The Jack Club wants to know why. Well, why is the lucky part of the club only given to the ace? Why is only the luck given to the top of the deck and not the other people? Even the royalty wants to know why are they not lucky? Well, that's why. It's not meant for you. It's meant for the ace. Lucky card. I mean, it ripped. You might get some of the luck. It rips. There's a trickle down Reaganomics happening, I'm sure. Jordan D, you mean this isn't a dating app? Very solid question, Jordan D. That was said in jest once again last week, during episode 3. No, LinkedIn is not a dating app. Once again, not a dating app. No, like I've gotten close. I get sometimes like the fame, the fortune, the panic attacks, the PTSD, like the fact of like I was having a mental crisis and got this close to being like, hey, would you like to maybe? And like I thought about it. I as a male, I have some flaws, and I got this close. I probably crossed the line and said more inappropriate things, trying not to say the "Would you like to date me" things, than just saying the dating things. One thing, I'm not, if you people in the chat or people watching this eventually, if you have tried to ask somebody out, I get it. Like, there's no such thing as a society anymore. People, what, you go to a bar to hook up with somebody, they're drunk, it's rapey. Sorry, I don't want to say the R word, but like, they're intoxicated, they're not in their best judgment, and you're gonna try to, that's bad. So at least on the LinkedIn or in the social networking job site, they should have their faculties with them, and we shouldn't look for your jobs all with bad judgment, right? So maybe you'd be a good judgment of people. I get it that there's a reason. But once maybe first, like, do you want to not work? Because then that's bad too. You can't be like with the coworkers. Do you want to? There's a different way. Then maybe try to follow them on a different platform. Pied Piper the people you want to LinkedIn date to, or not LinkedIn. Don't date on LinkedIn. What coffee rant? Yeah. Well, five of clubs. The whole chat was a coffee rant. We're running out of time for these cards. White rabbiting. I got my Mad Hatter shirt on today, so that's good for that. You got Wi-Fi? You got satellite? You got your phone bill paid for? Jack wants to know. This Jack right here. Yeah, like once again, I should have brought my computer to karaoke up at well, the karaoke's technically New Paltz, New York. My car's parked at Hyde Park, New York. I should leave my computer at Hyde Park. I wouldn't have to drive home to do the chat, to go to get dressed, to go back, to drive back to Hyde Park, and then back to the New Paltz, back to back karaoke's. Why they have me back to back? I don't know. They're entertaining. Oh, let's give this man a microphone. That's what they say. You need more money. Tesla's crying pit. Once again, I said during the week that this live stream, episode 0004, would be brought to you by the Two of Diamonds and Nikola Tesla's crying pit. We have the triangular shape of like 3 and 6 and 9, the dimensions of the dirt hole. 3 feet by 6 feet by 9 feet. The sounds would resonate in the dirt and really help the crying and the sound. It's just I don't have time to fake cry during the stream now. I would really get into character, to really get that emotional. I wouldn't finish the cards in time, but I could do it. Shelly L wants to know, did you stick with blue as a teen, or did you try different colored hairs? I said that sentence dyslexically. I did red. I think I did purple. Blue always turns to like green. Once again, if you have blue hair as a kid or as an adult, and just it will turn greenish. It's hard. Midnight blue's great. Black, I've done black. Tried to do blonde. There's some me bleach blonding things. I think that's part of why my hair started falling out. I had one of my best friend's teenage daughters help me bleach the hair, and she might have been on something, man. I don't know. But like, or just has ADHD herself, or maybe the autism, the AUDHD, whatever. We all have issues. Neither of us were counting time. Here, teenage girl, put some bleach in my hair. Okay. Huh? It's supposed to come out at some point. Well, that's fine. I think that's great. Try that. I was talking my mouth full with the queen. I was talking my mouth full. I'm gonna keep that card over there. That reminds me of something for later. But I'll answer that question in due time, of course. What's I don't know if I could read that one. Okay, I'm gonna get back to that one. I was trying to read it. Ooh, mental health, mental health, or mental help. That is great. I want to make sure we say it on audio, on video to record this. I had an epiphany mid-May, towards the end of May. We all heard the phrase that hurt people, comma, hurt people, of course. Well, helped people help people. And sometimes, unfortunately, in life, if we only focus on the trauma, the things that bother us in life, the sadness, the pain, the frustration, we focus on it and focus on it. Yeah, it's entertaining. Make some great memes, put them on the job networking site. They're fun, but we relive the trauma. There's no future. There's no focus. There's no tomorrow. It's just pain. But help people. It's about a community. It's about strength. It's about getting through things together. It's about, there's adversity, but there's triumph. There's tribulations, but there's triumph. And mental health, I was supposed to do a chat midweek. I said no, that was too much stress. Who's in charge here? Me. Even if I had a real life job, had a real life obligation, I worked to get $1 million an hour. And they said Wednesday, can you do it? No, I'm taking a mental health day. Help people, help people. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to be here on Wednesday. I quit. No, I don't quit. I'm fine. Vince, do you want to tag Shelly L? You don't have to now, but you were supposed to on Wednesday. I think you tagged Shell B and not Shell E. Once again, everything's complicated. The Jack of Hearts understands. Ask that question. That's great. Great times. Why would I delete that comment? Is that weird? Why would I do that? Ace of Hearts wants to know. I had a urge. It was like the call of the void. I don't know the French term by heart, but when you just want to jump into the void, I had the urge to delete some comments in the chat. It was up in the chat last week on delete your comments. So I wanted to delete them. And like, why would I do that? I wouldn't. That seemed like an urge, unless it was for charity. Unless like, okay, the 100th comment, we're gonna screenshot it. We're gonna delete the comment. I'm gonna print it out. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna mail it to you. That's why I would delete a comment. I would do it for that. I would do it for the lulz. I would do it for the gag. I would do it for the bit, but I wouldn't do it to redact a comment. That would be messed up. But I would do it out of love. I'm like, you know what? Only the comment I love the most. I want to make that our private comment, delete it, and sign it, and send it to you. Someone's trying to call me. Oh, it's a scam call. I love these people. I haven't blocked them yet. They're totally scam. They want to install, I think, some insulation into my home or ventilation or rat tart. John M wants to know rat tart. I think he had some other rat related questions, which we surprisingly haven't got to yet. We might. 3 minutes left. I guess we'll get rat tarted in here. We could say that. Ooh, yeah. Rat tart. Ratatouille was one of the questions. Maybe. We'll try to get to him. Running out of time. Will you play Minecraft on Max's World with us? Vance T really wants to know. Woo, will I play Minecraft with Max? Eventually, I barely make my own live stream in time. Like, it's something that I planned for me, with only me. I was late slash not coming for, and it was me playing with me. You think me corresponding with two Max and Vance? It's two people. Cassidy, is going to be there. Maybe Bradley. Like, there's 5, 6. There's like at least 11 people. Potato people. It's a lot of people. I'll try eventually. I don't. That's a new game. I have an addictive personality. Rat sorbet. John M wants to know about the rat sorbet. Once again, the Ace of Diamond wants to know rat sorbet. I really like how they don't pronounce the T. It's not sorbets. Sorbets. It's French. Parlez-vous français? Oui. La crème est la table. Oui, oui. I like that part in Bad Romance when Lady Gaga's talking in Paris Talk there. That's my favorite part. I do that karaoke and I get to talk in French. So that's as close as I get to Rat Sorbet is a Bad Romance, which is the same thing. A Rat Sorbet, a Bad Romance. It's really your heart in a blender. Goes down delicious. Same thing. Same thing. Kathleen B wanted to know who's still here. That was from last week. That was a good I think Vance and me are still here. It's just Vance and I. Vance and I. Vance and I. I would look into your eyes. My voice is shot for karaoke. I need to rap all night tonight or because my falsetto. Oh, ow. Sorry everyone. That's bad. Why would they pay me to come back? Can I have a pet tree? That's a great question, Ten of Diamonds. I really want to have a pet tree. There was another website that I'm not going to mention on here where someone had a poem about a tree and it resonated with me in a certain way that reminded me I wrote another poem about a tree, which was a man that thought he was a tree, or maybe it was a woman thought he was. Really, the gender was not revealed of this tree person. So we got to really think about that. And to have a pet would be a great idea. Okay, good. What do then say in a world? I really can't read it. What do then say in the world of la 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 I want to say it says flatulence, but it doesn't say flatulence. And with that, I think we ran out of time. So hopefully I'll be able to turn off the live stream now because I can't see anything. There's a button for me to leave that's over there. Oh, but it says that we're early. So once again, everybody, flatulence is the theme of this stream with some seconds left. Take a second to really meditate from within and out. Once again, in and out. Ah, yes, excellent. And am I happy to see you, or is that just generic Pop Tarts in my pants? Hi, everyone. I think it's bye. I'm gonna hold myself awkwardly here and click stop over here in case it's not working. Love y'all. Bye.